Welcome to 561 Music. My name's Ben.
And I'm Hector.
How's it going, Hector?
It's going fantastic. How you doing?
I'm all right, mate. But just before we get going, there's something I need to address. Last week we had Reggae Lou and the Kind Buds on, and I was made aware that one of the songs they played, I'm in Love With You, was written by Ricky Balouf, who at one point was in the band, but he wasn't sort of represented as having been the songwriter of the song. And one thing that I think is important when people come on the show is that they is that they play songs that they've written, because then obviously they can talk about it. And,
Sure.
And I just wanted to make sure that everyone knew that Ricky wrote that song, because he should get his just desserts. It's a great song.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. He should get his credit. So
yeah, absolutely.
So shout out to Ricky.
Yeah, and if you're coming on the show, do us a favor, and if you're playing songs by people who then tell us that, because otherwise, it gets a little awkward.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Anyway, we have Bill, John, and Ron from the Cravens here today. How's it going, guys?
Going good.
Cool.
Going good.
All right.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, it's our pleasure. So, can you tell us a little bit about the kind of band you are and how long you've been together and stuff?
Yeah, go ahead, John.
Yeah, okay. To put it in a nutshell, we're kind of like, we started off kind of like Americana with like a little bit of a like punky-ish edge to it,
Okay.
but focusing really on the songwriting and on the melodicism that we have.
Yeah.
And then we've developed into like a rock band.
Yeah. It
Like
happens.
a full force rock band that covers the spectrum of things that are more Americana-ish but heavier, and then really kind of metal-y at times.
Great.
Punky, pop rock.
So you're covering a lot of bases.
American pop rock, we
Yeah.
do. We do.
That's cool that you're focusing on the writing, as because that's something that Killbilly's our band. We do those 3-4 hour gigs, but we also write as well. And it's nice to be able to do both.
Yeah, writing's the main focus. Definitely.
I mean, to tell you the
That's
truth,
great.
we've been kind of lucky, because like other bands, that write music, we get to go out and we get to play our originals.
Yeah.
I mean, otherwise we wouldn't be doing it. I would not be involved really if it was just playing cover tunes. It's not what I want to do.
I hear you. It's like that sort of artistic, creative element is very important to me.
Yeah.
For sure.
And unfortunately, the cover tunes is a necessary evil.
Is it necessary? Yeah. You got to throw. I think right now we're probably doing about 60-40. 60-40.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
60% original.
60% original.
Yeah.
40%.
Wow, that's a pretty good.
ratio.
Pretty good
Yeah, and
percentage.
we get a great response.
Yeah,
from the
absolutely.
originals. Absolutely.
That's fantastic.
I mean, some people would be out there like lipping along like they know the words. So, look at that one over there. Look at she's singing along and she doesn't know.
How long have you guys been together?
Well, we just feel like 6 years.
40 years.
A long time. The three of us have been together on and off for a very long time.
Yeah.
We're friends from decades.
Oh, that's great.
Decades.
That's awesome.
Best friends. Yeah. And then we're brothers.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then Ron's our brother also.
From another mother.
From another
right.
mother, yeah. Exactly.
Literally.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
But as the
we're
Cravens,
family.
but as the Cravens as a rock band, 6 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
6 years.
And the other two guys in the band are just as much family. We've known them as equally as long
That's
in
wonderful.
various combinations. So
Cool. So,
it's like we're family.
you guys have been playing music for a long time in the area. Could you give us a bit of an idea of other bands you've played with, and what the scene was like, years ago? You got any sort of interesting tidbits you could tell us about?
Well, I'll tell you one kind of a neat thing. We were the first band to play Sunfest.
Really?
Back in the
That
day.
is neat.
Back in the day.
Back in the
What
day.
were you called then?
What were we called then?
Black Box Approach.
Black Bus Approach. I don't
Okay.
think, Ron, you
You weren't with us. No.
you weren't with us at that time.
This is the early 80s,
yeah,
new
yeah,
wave,
the first Sunfest.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
a little
awesome.
keyboard.
yeah, that's awesome.
Synthesizer.
But,
Nothing wrong with a little synthesizer.
Ron can probably say more about what the scene was like back in the 80s, because he was out playing more than we were back then.
Gotcha. Yeah.
much-
What bands have you been in over the years, Ron?
A lot of local bands.
Right. My friend James says you're his favorite local guitarist. And
Oh, wow.
He's seen you play a lot of times.
James is our banjo player for Killbillies.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And he's
Okay.
also bass player and frontman for Butch and the Fat Dubs. So,
Oh,
he's
okay, I know
so
James.
he's
Yeah.
played a few times with you guys when you guys have
Yes,
split
yeah.
gigs and stuff.
Yep, we did with the one band was the Blackbirds.
Yeah,
And,
okay.
Yeah.
We played with them.
Gotcha.
I've seen you play a couple times with the Blackbirds with James
Right.
splitting the night. Yeah, because
Yeah.
we went to go see James and you guys
It was
were
actually
there.
Average Joe's.
Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense. Yeah, because the
But,
Bush and the Fat Dubs play a lot in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a lot of different bands because like I fill in on bass in some bands also.
Cool.
And so, like somebody's out of town. And
Do you do it
stuff
for a
like
living?
that. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, that's awesome. So we got some questions we ask everybody that come in, and one of them is like, what first got you into playing music? Why did you start playing music? And what were some of the kind of early influences, some of the early music you were listening to that kind of inspired you? And we may as well sort of go this direction.
Okay.
So, Bill, you want to take that?
I'll be honest. What got me into music was probably
You can say girls.
sorry, it was Keith Richards.
Oh, really?
And
Cool.
and I was just always intrigued by drugs. I really was. And
Sure.
that was just a part of it. And I think the drugs kind of led me into it.
Right.
Got me into it first. And then I learned how to play, you know? I mean,
Yeah.
really, it was the whole look, the feeling, the Stones, the Beatles, it was all that, you
Yeah.
know, glam and all that kind of stuff that kind of got me into it. And then John and I started writing songs really early, and
Cool.
13 years old, 14, and then,
That's awesome.
but that's probably what got me into it, to be honest.
Yeah, it's
Honestly.
pretty much so ditto. Bill's my older brother, and we have 5 older sisters, and they had impeccable taste of music, and they were older than us. So when we were like little tiny kids, like 4 years old, we're listening to the Stones, we're listening to the Beatles, we're listening to the fucking Who,
Yeah.
Bob Dylan. I mean, great taste. They had great
That's
taste
great.
of music, and we got turned on to all the
Right.
cool stuff, all the really good stuff
Yeah.
from the mid '60s up until the mid '70s. That's what we were eating and feeding
Yeah,
ourselves.
great.
And then by the time we were old enough to do drugs, it's like, okay, Keith
It all
did
went
drugs.
together.
We're doing drugs, you know. Brian Jones, the
Yeah.
whole fucking
Yeah,
bit.
all of
You know,
it.
we're intrigued by the whole thing about it. You know, and then glam Bowie
roar
and
of
the
the
whole
grease
bit.
paint,
It's
the
like,
smell of the
okay,
crowd.
we're sold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. You know, there's definitely when I was a teenager that there was a lot of mystique surrounding drugs for sure.
Yeah. It was a whole thing.
Yeah.
And the rock stars then were much more bigger stars than
For sure.
you know, it was like the golden age of Hollywood in terms of
Yeah.
how the film was. That's the same thing music was in the 60s and 70s. It was
Yeah,
just like
exactly.
they were stars.
They
You
were
know? So
gods
of
on
course
the
they're going to
show.
do what they
Yeah.
want to do.
Well, I think part of that is you know, back in those days, musicians, much like movie stars, were less accessible. As
Yes.
you know, these days with social media and everything, I feel like everybody's dirty laundry is out there, and you know every last little thing. I mean,
Right.
I mean, you get up in the morning and turn on social media, and you can see what Mick Jagger had for breakfast because he posted it. You know,
Right,
yeah.
right.
There was a
Yeah.
mysteriousness to it.
yeah, there
Absolutely,
was
yeah.
a mysteriousness to it.
Absolutely.
It was just less accessible. You know?
You're right.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
Well, they say never meet your idols, don't they? Because you'll be disappointed. And
Right.
I guess these days we're meeting them.
Yeah,
effectively.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's this whole thing going on with Mick Jagger right now. I get there on tour where he's like showing up in like all these bars. Have you seen that? Like nobody recognizes him.
Oh,
It's
really?
like yeah, nobody recognized me tonight. Blah
once.
blah blah. It's just like like weird. It's like okay,
That's actually kind of cool.
it is cool. It is cool.
That's great. What about you, Ron? What got you into music originally? Do you have a musical family?
Yes.
Yeah.
My grandfather played, and my dad played Hawaiian guitar,
Oh, cool.
like the lap steel
Yeah.
guitars. And I guess I accompanied them when I was like 12 on a guitar, just using the last 4 strings, playing bass
Yeah.
to accompany them.
Oh, cool.
And I think that's where it started.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So when did you start sort of, really seriously taking the guitar seriously?
I think I was listening to 8 tracks,
Right.
like Paul Rogers with Free,
Yeah.
and Exile on Main Street,
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Cool.
And so I was I was playing bass, and then I started playing guitar with some people and bass with some people.
Gotcha. Okay, that's awesome. I'm just sort of interested into where you got your kind of taste and style from, and and some of your techniques. Do you have any sort of favorite technical guitarists that you copied and emulated when you were young?
Paul Kossoff from
Right.
Free,
Yeah.
and of course the Stones, and
Right.
and maybe a couple of those guys like progressive guys like
I know when you get put on the
the
spot,
guy's
it's like you
name.
can't remember.
Mick Ronson.
I know. Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
Mick
Yeah.
Ronson.
Yeah, cool.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was he the David Bowie guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that guy. Yeah,
And the
yeah.
Spiders. Yeah, that was a great band. They
Yeah,
were great.
yeah.
They were great.
Yeah, and he played in loads of different bands, didn't he? I always thought he was really cool, that guy.
Great guitar player.
Totally, yeah. There's this amazing footage from Top of the Pops in the 70s when it's Starman, I think they're playing.
Yes,
Yeah,
I've seen
you've
that.
seen that?
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I
great.
love that.
Great.
When I was a kid and I saw
Great.
that, I mean, I was seeing it 10 years after it came out, but I remember they used to do reruns of it all the time on UK TV, and yeah, that was definitely captivated me. For
Yeah.
sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Fucking
great stuff.
Bowie. Oh my God. Incredible.
Yeah, genius.
Yeah.
So, do you guys have a writing process when it comes to writing songs?
Yeah, we do.
Tell us about it.
Well, what we do is that I'll sit back and I'll come up with the song and the melodies and lay it out, and then my brother and I will sit back and we'll write the lyrics,
Okay.
and then we'll tweak out the song and make it, and then the band comes together and they all add their special elements to it all too.
Cool.
But
That's how it is now.
No, so it is now. It used to be different,
It used to be 50-50
but
all
now
across the
it's-
board.
right.
But
but now it's just
my life has gotten busy.
Yeah, gotcha.
So Bill does the writing, 80% of it, and then we'll get together and
and do the lyrics.
flesh it out.
Yeah, the lyrics is. I enjoy a bit of help with the lyrics too, because sometimes there's just stuff that is right in front of you, but you're just missing it. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It always comes up for me. It's always train and the road and it's like give me a fucking break. I can only go so far, and it's like I need help.
I gotcha.
But we're together. We make it work. So
Yeah, that's fantastic. Like, keep it in the family.
yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And then we all arrange our own parts, so we're all kind of like all making the song work together.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Ron
Absolutely.
writes all of his.
all part. The bass player writes all of his parts. Drummer, so we all just kind of go in.
Everyone
and
does their own thing.
Yeah.
Do
Complete
you play,
creative freedom.
How much is it improvisation and how much is it written, Ron, with your guitar lines over it?
Actually, most of it's written,
Right.
and I only stray from the lines a little bit live,
Yeah.
Okay,
you
yeah.
know. But yeah, basically, by the time it comes to when we record them,
Yeah,
then that stuff is pretty definite.
right.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
find with the lead type stuff that after I've played a song out live, it's basically what you're saying. After I played a song out live a few times, what was improvisation just starts to solidify into like something I'm
Yeah,
playing
well,
every
and,
time.
and then it evolves.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then by the time I record it, it's like, well, what have I been playing over it the most? You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
So like we asked this, it's always quite an interesting question because because everyone has a different answer to it. So do you, in terms of like instrumental at home on your own, do you still practice?
A little bit. I
you
do. I do. Yeah,
Yeah.
I do. I'll practice. I'll do, different. Learn different pickings patterns and all that kind of stuff, and just sit
Okay.
back until I get it right, and stuff like that.
So you've been
And,
doing some of the like Travis picking and stuff like that?
Yep, it's great. When I learned that about a year ago, it's like, it opens up so much.
Yeah,
to be
for
able to
sure.
Go back and forth, get your thumb moving, get your fingers moving. It's great.
That's where I'm
It-
at the moment, is trying to make my finger picking
Yeah,
better.
like one of my favorite guitar players is Lindsey Buckingham.
Oh, yeah.
Just absolutely love him. I just saw him 2 weeks ago up in St. Augustine.
Oh, wow.
Incredible
I saw
concert.
who's playing up there, yeah.
Amazing concert. He's like one of my favorites.
Yeah. What kind of gig was that? A friend of mine was doing a review for it, and I saw it on social media. Was it like what kind of venue is it in?
It's kind of like to me, it reminded me of like an old church, like an
cool.
old church. I think it's called I can't think of the name of the place, but
Yeah.
but they have national acts go through all the time. You
That's
know,
awesome.
all the time. And
Do you buy his albums? Like, I don't think I've ever sat down and listened to a solo.
Oh
music.
yeah.
Well, we've never bought him, but there was one album that he came out with called Law and Order.
Oh,
it was his first
amazing.
solo album. It's
Yeah.
fucking amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah, I
It's
bet.
really, really
Right.
good. It's not like real technical like you'd expect it to be. Just great songs, great pop songs, weird recording techniques. You know, the production's off the chain in a weird way.
Yeah.
Kind of like
Interesting.
Tusk plus 12.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
so
wow.
bizarre. It's a great album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Is it
Check
kind
it
of-
out, Law and Order. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
good.
I will do, definitely.
Really, really good.
Yeah, I heard some funny stories about when they were recording Tusk and, you know, just tons of cocaine in the studio.
Oh, that's what it should have been
Up all
called,
night.
Coke.
Yeah.
Up all night. We're gonna change the name of this album. You know, we're gonna call it Coke.
It sounds so geeked
Because
out.
we had to,
It's
it was a
crazy.
weird album, and they had like to re-record it like 4 times because they spent like $4 million making it. And
Oh, my God.
'cause it all
Yeah.
coked out.
But he did a lot of it on his own at night.
He
You know,
did.
just being up all
His songs
night.
are strange.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Honest.
for
They're
sure.
good. They're good. Yeah.
Yeah. Lindsey Buckingham is my you know, one of my mum's sort of guitar heroes, and so she used to play me the Fleetwood Mac albums and point me towards the Lindsey Buckingham tunes on there, and I've always respected him. But I never actually spent the time to listen to his solo albums. And I was listening to an interview with him just the other day actually, and thinking I need to get on that. But so
Yeah,
this is
it's-
kind of reinforced. it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only one I
Wonderful.
really know is Law and Order. I've heard some of the other ones, bits and pieces. They all have major pluses to them. But I'm not like, digging through
Right.
his, chronology or whatever you want to say. It's like, by the time his solo albums were coming out, I'm on to other things besides him,
I love that little parlor-sized nylon guitar thing that he plays. And he
Yeah,
just
it's beautiful,
rips
isn't it? Rips
Yeah.
it. He's got
Yeah.
that right. He's got that feedback or the bounce back just perfect. Just
Yeah, a little bit of slap back
beautiful.
on there.
Beautiful.
Yeah, totally. I love a little guitar, me. I don't know why.
Yeah.
All about a small guitar. What about, did you practice at home?
No, not much. I'm practicing on something else, though, right now. That's mixing.
Okay.
We're recording a CD, so I'm around the clock working on that.
John's producing.
Okay, you guys are
Um,
recording
yeah.
it. So do you have a studio set up at home?
It's a home studio. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
The Pro Tools.
There's Pro Tools, and then we've got all the different types of plugins, all kinds of.
You got any
stuff.
outboard stuff?
No.
Yeah,
no,
that's-
we
I don't
do
have any.
not. No, we
Okay.
do not.
Yeah, it's something that what kind of mics are you using?
Sure.
Okay.
All kinds of stuff. It's not.
Not the
It's not.
best.
It's not the
stuff.
best, but
Well,
we're
we've
making
all got
it
a home
work.
studio. And I've got one in my house too. It's
Yeah,
just,
we're making it
I use a
work.
Mac with Logic, and I've got a Focusrite.
Yeah, we have a Focusrite.
I think
thing,
I think everybody does.
You
Everyone
know-
I ask says they have a Focusrite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised, though. I mean, you'd be surprised, like, these days, it doesn't take, much high-quality equipment to get a decent recording,
For sure. You have
It
to
is
be a
pretty
real
amazing.
audiophile to notice people will be like, oh, it has like, I forget the word, like, little sort of transient, like, pips and stuff like that if you don't get super nice gear. Some people can hear it, but, and I think the difference between just a Focusrite and the next step up, like a sort of $3,000 interface or something,
Yeah.
there are some people who say they can hear it, but I'm not sure I can. Maybe I've damaged my ears, I don't know.
I mean, there is a difference. There is a difference because the previous 2 albums that we've recorded was recorded at a studio that had all the outboard gear and stuff. So
Yeah.
I mean, there's a certain quality that comes
Like a warmth.
with with the preamps and whatnot.
Yeah.
But the whole thing is that they have plugins now, which can really get close to that
Sure.
warmth. And it's just like,
Yeah.
we're not millionaires.
No,
Not
exactly.
even close.
Yeah,
So-
I use those, the saturation and tape plugins.
Right.
and stuff
Yeah,
like
so
that.
it's just like, and it works and it sounds good. It
Yeah.
sounds good and it's coming along.
That's cool. It's so nice
Yeah.
how accessible recording is these days.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am in a ska punk band, No Name Ska Band, and we just released an album that we recorded at my house. And it's doable,
Yeah.
We let we didn't master it. We got someone else to master it, and because I can do that, but other people can do it better. So we sent it away.
Yeah.
But I think that if someone's a mastering engineer and that's all they do all day long, how are you going to be better than that? You may as well just let them do it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Our last CD we put out before this, we let somebody master it, and
Did a
they
bad job of it?
butchered
It
it.
sounded
no.
dull. It was kind of lifeless. I mean, the playing is good on it, but the quality was just like,
he was
what we're doing right now already sounds better than that.
Yeah, well,
Interesting.
When it was mastered professionally.
but he was like a purist, wasn't he? Telling you
He was
like
a
he would
purist.
only
He
wanted so
wouldn't-
many DVDs or whatever, and
Blah blah blah. Yeah,
Okay.
giving me a hard time on the.
Oh, he was letting it. He was letting it like breathe like too much.
No,
well, he explained it.
I'm not gonna explain it because in case he watches.
Oh, you don't want to
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
go.
So what? We're not going to use him again. Fuck him!
No.
Come on, get with it.
No. You'll be surprised.
Fucking sucked.
Yeah. Well, anyways, the quality that we're
Sorry,
getting out now
mister.
is already better than that. So
561
we're happy
music,
about that.
burning bridges, one person.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. One studio, one master, mixing master at a
Yeah.
time.
No, you weren't the one dealing with them. So.
No, I know I wasn't.
I was.
I wasn't
so
the one dealing with
it's
them.
and Nancy dealt with them too. So
Whatever.
whatever.
Yeah, cool.
It's sounding better.
So, Ron,
But,
do you still practice?
Every day I get up, I practice.
That's
and
great. How many
every
hours are you
day.
doing, you think?
Easily, probably 3 or 4.
That's
every
great.
day.
Do you have a like a method? Like,
No, it's I'm practicing material that I have to learn.
Gotcha.
For other people.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
why.
that makes sense. And that's almost as good as just straight up technical practicing anyway. Do you find yourself having to learn a lot of sort of fast solos and metal stuff?
No, actually, just learning a lot of difficult chords
Okay.
and you know.
Is it just across the
just
board in terms of
some-
bands you're playing in? Is it just like a whole kind of...
What's that?
Does it run the gamut of genre, the kind of bands that you're playing?
Yeah. Well, we're a rock band.
Yeah.
And I'm also playing in a Stones tribute band.
Right.
I'm also playing with Delta Blues
Oh, cool.
artist, and
What are you doing in that? Like you play electric guitar?
that's really cool. It's really good stuff. This guy writes all his stuff. His name's Joey George,
Okay.
and
okay.
and I learned so many chords I never knew
Oh, neat.
from him while over the last 6 years of playing with him,
Yeah.
because I had to learn them for his songs.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I learned a lot.
That's really interesting. That's cool. Yeah, you know, like I've just got these sort of 2 projects, but I can see that that's one of the real upsides of playing with a lot of people is you just get this.
Yeah.
You know, the way I learn the most is through teaching, because someone will bring something to me and be like, you know, how do you play this? And I'm like, well, I better figure it out pretty fast. And yeah, so you know, sometimes you have students that are really good, you know. And actually, the best, I've said this on here before, and I always say it all the time. The guy that runs the place, LMC, he's called Justin. He gave me the best piece of teaching advice I've ever had, which is find out what they don't know and teach them that. You know, because there's always something that someone doesn't know.
Oh, absolutely.
And like, and that completely took away my fear of because I had like imposter syndrome a little bit sometimes, you know.
Right.
If someone came and they were just like a tapping monster or something,
Right.
and you'd be like, oh well, I can't tap as well as them. But then they maybe they don't even really know how to play sort of to fingerpick or play jazz chords, comping or stuff like
Right.
that. You know,
Yeah.
find the thing they don't know. You know.
Teach them that. That's very cool.
Yeah, and
very cool.
once I got told that, it just opened up the world of teaching for me. It really did. But okay, so do you have any future plans? What's coming up? What's in the pipes, guys?
Is working out this CD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've got about 10 more songs that we're in the process of writing for hopefully the next CD, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
And,
We've got a lot in the back burner.
lot
Yeah.
back burner, just pulling it forward.
You got 10
Trying
songs
to-
already for the next
Yeah,
season.
Oh,
yeah. So it's just
You
kind of
guys
like
are writing machines.
just
Yeah.
keep
Yeah.
writing, and you know, just having fun. Don't expect a whole lot of it except for having a really good time, and you know, we can sell something along the way, and
Yeah, I
Is
think
there-
what it is that, you know, once the CD comes out, we'll be back out as a band because we've been absent for
a year and a half.
a year and a half since last February, since the pandemic started.
Yeah.
And we've already played 1 gig, so we've got a few lined up. Once the CD comes out, promote that, get the band back out on the circuit, and you know, start pushing it on, you know, Spotify. The whole bit. 'Cause
Sure.
we've had minor successes with the previous CDs, with certain songs getting
A lot of
and,
listeners. I saw
listeners.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, how did you get on playlists and stuff?
It would go on playlists, so searching for them, asking them to get on it. You know,
Really? Where
know,
were you
they-
searching for them? Because I want to know this. And I
There's
think
like
some other
there's a
people
thing
do.
called the Indie Bible, which
Right.
is like an independent Bible. It has radio station lists, and I've got lists and lists and lists. And
Really?
it's sending out emails, email blasts. I mean,
Yeah.
personalized ones that you really want to get on. I mean, it's a lot of fucking work.
Right. Yeah.
It's exhausting.
Which is why Ben
But
just
I'm
gave
good
me
at
the
that.
side.
I do.
Because he realized it was a lot of
Yeah,
work,
I mean,
and he was like,
yeah.
Hector,
It's a
get
lot
on
of work.
that.
I'm really good at doing like rote bullshit that is
Yeah.
mindless because I worked in an office for like 15 years.
Right.
You know, like at the Four Seasons where it's like dedicated, like heavy duty typing.
Sure,
heavy
sure,
duty.
sure.
So it's just like it's 5 o'clock in the morning.
Just sending stuff out.
Sending, personalizing it, just send zip.
Right. Well,
I've got that kind of like
Ability.
ridiculous ability of being like mindless and being able to do crap like that.
That's cool. So you're just sending emails out to get.
Yeah.
So when it comes
Someone
to getting
put
on these
pushing this
Spotify
too.
playlists, you're just sending them emails. Huh?
Yeah, sending out emails. Yeah, emails,
Interesting.
Nice.
personalized emails, and then also there's like things called not SoundCloud, but like SoundBank or some stupid little thing that have like people put out their own playlists, and you submit your song to them and see if they'll accept it and blah blah.
Nice.
And, you know.
Right. Because I saw you had a lot of listens,
Yeah,
and I was
Dakota
like, how
Rose
did
has
you
got
get
like
so many? Yeah.
Dakota Rose from our previous CD
Yeah.
got 40. It's like that 45,000
That's
streams already.
Yeah.
And but it's gotten radio airplay too because
Right.
we've been sending out to radio stations and then
That's
around
awesome.
the world. And it's got a little tiny on Apple Music over the past 12 weeks for some reason in Mexico. They're listening to Dakota Rose. It's like, how's that happening? Someone's
so
playing
cool.
it somewhere. We
it's
don't have
fun.
any idea.
It's fun.
But
Yeah.
they're listening. And they're listening to it on Apple Music. So
Cool.
I'm not complaining.
Yeah, exactly. It's awesome.
Yeah.
One of the things that we're doing a lot right now in Killbillies, but one of the things we're not doing is that, just sitting at home and plugging the
Yeah.
originals, like, and getting them more plays. And so, all right, the Indie Bible, I guess I've got some work to do.
Yeah, the Indie Bible, and they have a complete list of all different like venues if you're touring around the country.
Is that where you're,
Radio
is that
stations,
exclusively?
magazines,
Right.
the whole bit, the whole 9 yards. Spotify playlists. blah,
Yeah,
blah, blah.
with the Spotify playlists in particular, like, how are you finding out about them? From that?
From that, and then also I've done a lot of research. There's also other sources that will sell you
Yeah, I saw
Spotify
that.
playlists. You know,
Yeah,
of executives and scene makers, whatever you call them. You know,
Yeah, influencers or whatever.
Influencers, yeah,
Yeah.
that's what they're called, influencers.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fucking insane. It's just like
Yeah.
being out of doing that type of stuff for a while and then walking into the 21st century when the first CD came out in 2018 and looking at how different it was,
Yeah.
and the blogs and like it was mind blowing.
Yeah.
It was just like, what the fuck happened to the? Not that we were ever really in the music industry before much, but I mean, it was totally like
Totally
like,
different.
It
Yeah,
is
but it's
so
great.
different.
But it's
Yeah.
great.
It's great.
It's
You do
great
it
because
yourself.
people get to listen to your stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're
Yeah.
depending on record labels to pick you up,
Yeah,
that was the only way
you're-
someone was going to
you're
hear you.
fucked. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And if that didn't happen, no one was
That's
going
not
to
the
hear
case.
you.
It's
So it's
definitely
kinda-
more democratic now.
Yeah.
yeah, it really is.
And like, America, like how much you work is how well you're going to do at the end of the
Yeah.
day.
Right.
I think someone said, I don't know who it was, but I just saw someone on social media. I saw someone wrote that, what was it? There's a lot of musicians out there putting an amateur amount of hours and expecting a professional career out.
Yeah, no, yeah.
And like that's true. You got to put the work in. If you want to be a professional musician with a music career, you got to put professional hours in.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. And then, like, if there's like a little bit of a bite, you make sure that you do a follow-up email and develop some type of relationship, even though they may not be long-lasting. At least it's there, and might get a little bit more airplay on a radio station or a little bit more time on the playlist on Spotify.
Well, I mean, the fact that it, aside from the fact that your music is good, the fact that it has worked and you have got thousands of views shows that it's it's effective. So, I know what I'm doing when I get home.
Get it out there. Get it out there.
That was close. You're good. Don't worry about it.
And hopefully this new CD will do even better than the last one.
Yeah, I hope so.
Well, Ron's getting fidgety over there, so why don't you guys go and play us some songs?
Okay, absolutely.
Yeah,
All right.
awesome.
Sounds good.
The first song we're going to play is off our new CD.
Cool.
1, 2, 3, 4.
stole my cigarette just when the lights turned green. I got my eyes on you. Sweet Jesus, I confess, you might just be the best at what you do. And if you think I'm gonna cry, I'll make it up to you. Last night the world was flat. Take a second and imagine that. My skies were never blue. But then you came along, singing to my favorite song. What am I supposed to do? And if you think I'm gonna crash, I wanna crash with you. I've got a crush on everything, every single solitary little thing you do. Oh yeah, take it up and take it down, turn it up and turn around. Tell me what you wanna do. Keep it cool and keep it hot. Let it stop, don't ever stop. Tell me what you wanna do. I hear when stars collide that they don't really die, that they don't disappear. It's just some cosmic dust, it's just a part of us. Ask me if I care. You got it. Oh yeah. 1, 2, take it up and take it down. Turn it up and turn around. Tell me what you wanna do. Keep it cool and keep it hot. Let it stop, don't ever stop. Tell me what you wanna do. Oh yeah. Take it up and take it down. Turn it up and turn around. Tell me what you wanna do. Keep it cool and keep it hot. Let it stop, don't let it stop. Tell me what you wanna do. What you wanna do. What you got to, what you want to, what you have to. Tell me what you wanna do. Keep it cool. What you wanna do. Come on, tell me what you wanna do. Oh yeah. Here we go, reggae. Oh yeah. Come on.
A little funky at the end, but we got a little funky at the end.
Time's cheated you viciously. Your smile is just as bright, and your eyes are just as warm as before. How many roads did you take? How many hearts did you save? Standing there with the sun against your hair. One look at you and I don't care. It's not what we say but what we do. You love me like I love you. Don't stop to wonder why this bird is gonna fly for you. Sweet water runs like like wild wind, unfiltered love and sin. Rob me what I believe. Oh, it's not what we say, but what we do. You loving me like I love you. It's not what we say, but what we do. Don't stop to wonder why this bird is gonna fly for you. Hold on, don't move so fast. Don't you wanna make this moment last? It's what I say, and what I want for you. Hang on, honey, don't let go. You get what you want, I get what I need. We can end it all right here. Never say a word. Let the wheels of love go on turn. Oh. It's not what we say, but what we do. You loving me like I love you. It's not what we say, but what we do. You loving me like I love you. Don't stop to wonder why this bird is gonna fly for you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, very cool. Okay. Thank you, son. Thank you. Oops.
Today on 561 Music, we're sponsored by Handlebars, which is a bar up in Sequester, a biker bar, and it was reopened by my father-in-law, Peter Pinello. He's done a really great job of it. It used to be Judy's, and there's always been a biker bar on that spot for a really long time. And before that, I think it was something else, but it's been a biker bar for years and years and years. And it's a really good time up there, and we've got great food, we've got a ton of different beers on tap, nice cold beer, and it's a great place if you're out on a ride to just stop off and have a bite to eat and have a beer. It's perfect for that. It's basically what the place is for. But we also cater to anyone who wants to come and hang out there. Got plenty of parking, so if your bike is out of commission, or if you don't ride and you're just coming in a car, then come and swing by and check it out. It's full of characters. A lot of local bikers are drink in there and hang out in there, and also just a whole host of other different types of people. We've got Bernsey on the grill doing a great job. Jamie behind the bar, she's lovely, and it's a lot of fun. We actually have the Cravens playing there for this bike night coming up in November. So if you're around on the second Thursday of November, you'll be able to see the Cravens playing there from 6 to 9. And we also have music on Saturdays from 6 to 9. And It's a good time to be had. What do you think of the place, Hector?
Handlebars, good food, good beer.
Exactly. Exactly. That's the new slogan.
Right.
But, we're also sponsored by Harmony Management. Can you tell us a little bit about that, Hector?
Yeah, so Mary over at Harmony Management, basically, I have a little blurb here that I'll read off to you. Does it overwhelm you to walk into your small business or home or office? Sometimes all you need is just a little help, and that's where Harmony Management Group can help you, offering anywhere from just a few hours a week of office help for basic office tasks like filing and organizing to full-service business offerings like bookkeeping, payroll, tax services, data entry, scheduling, invoices, and much, much more. She is slowly becoming the go-to accountant for artists and musicians because of her understanding of the music and art business. She can service all of your business needs and tailor plans specific to your business spectrum. There's no need to stress and worry about all the little things in your business or the big things for that matter. Take a deep breath. Call Mary at Harmony Management Group at 561-420-5652. It's Mary at Harmony Management Group at 561-420-5652. Tell her Ben and Hector from 561 Music sent you. You won't be disappointed, and in fact, you'll be relieved that you did. Let Harmony Management Group put the Zen back in your life. And Mary takes care of us. She does a bunch of stuff for us. She's an outstanding business person, an outstanding human being. She definitely knows her stuff. But just tread lightly on bothering her this week because it's tax extension week. So she's trying to get that stuff done right now.
Yeah, don't I know?
For all the slackers like me that haven't filed their taxes yet.
Yeah, are you doing it too? That's where I'm at right now,
God, man.
filing my taxes.
I hate taxes.
Pretty stressful. My
Taxes
wife,
and death. I hate them both, and you can't avoid either one.
my wife Christy does our taxes because she's really smart, and I have to tread very lightly around the house this week. Let me put it that way.
Yes. I believe it.
Yeah, cool. Could you tell us a little bit about what those songs are about, guys?
Well, Ron and I were just actually talking about what you want to do, even though about the lyrics the other day, and it's really, when you hear it, it's really kind of sleazy.
Sleazy?
It's not sleazy.
Hey,
though.
it's rock and roll.
It's
a pickup.
It's a pickup song. A guy in a car, he's picking up a girl, instantly is in love with her. Instantly.
Oh, okay.
And if we crash, I want to crash together.
Cool.
I've got a crush on everything, but especially on you.
Right.
And then getting a little philosophical, but it doesn't mean anything, about the universe and stuff.
Sure.
Ask me if I care about that because this is what's going on. And what you want to do with me. I know what I want to do.
Yeah, there you go. Rock on.
Perfect.
So that's just where the sleaze factor comes.
And then
It's very sleazy.
And then the second one is kind of like an old love, hooking up with an old love from your younger years.
Gotcha.
And seeing her for the first time in a long time.
And still
I like the
wanna be
line
there.
about it's what you do, not what you say that matters.
Yeah.
And that's the code I live by these days for sure.
Yeah.
Not what you say. What
Yeah,
you do.
and then I'm
You loving
still
me like
willing.
I love you.
I'm
Yeah.
still willing to fly for you. I'm
Yeah.
still your bird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. I
Yeah,
like it.
both songs were great. The first one was really hopping. I can't wait to hear it. Full band.
Yeah,
That's-
and the
it was-
recording's coming out in about within the month.
Yeah.
So you'll
Yeah.
hear it then. We'll
So-
use that as a single.
Yeah,
I
so
think.
tell us about it. So you guys have this CD coming out, and your CD releases at Matthews Brewing
Matthew
November 14th.
November
Is it?
14th.
Okay.
1 to 4, right? It's an afternoon. No, that's the gig coming up. I think Matthews Brewery's in the day too.
It's in the afternoon.
It
It's on a
is.
Sunday. It's the 14th of
maybe so.
November.
Okay.
Okay.
There's
Excellent.
some belly
this-
dancers there. We've heard
Food trucks,
Yes.
from what I understand.
Belly dancers.
belly
huh?
dancers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all,
I'll do it.
all
Yeah.
kinds of stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah, so it's going to be an event.
Yeah,
The
that's
CD's called Cravenology,
Nice.
as you can see on the T-shirt.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And we're wrapping it up in terms of getting the final mixes done. Everyone's reviewing it. All 5 of us are giving good input in terms of little tweaks that need to be made here and there. We didn't even mention the other 2 guys' names. It's Dennis Ambrose. He plays bass. He's an
Cool.
old friend of the 3 of ours. And then Bill Meredith is the drummer who plays in a number of local bands. And Ron and Bill went to high school together.
Oh, cool.
So they've known each other for a long time.
And Dennis was. I mean,
And Dennis and Ron were in a band called Crossfire Choir, which were actually signed to Geffen Records in the 80s.
Really?
Steve Lillywhite produced their album.
Cool.
You know, David Geffen was all up with them, and then they got.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
They were signed to the big league, and something happened along the way. I don't know.
Something always does.
Yeah.
Something always does.
Something always does. Yeah, exactly. So that's the reason why record companies aren't important anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but Dennis, the bass player, when he first joined us, he was flying in every weekend to play with us from New York.
Really?
He works in New York. He was taking the red eye in, flying, and
That's
playing
cool.
the weekend with us and flying back.
That's dedication.
Yeah, because he was still up in the city. You
Yeah,
know,
Right.
he was
we
in-
were all
yeah.
up north for a while.
Right.
But he was still there. He was, yeah. But it was great. He was dedication. Coming down, then he
Yeah.
finally moved, met a girl, and
That's cool.
moved in.
That
moved
says
down and,
something about you guys, friendship and musician-wise, like for somebody to want to take those kind of lengths to still play with you guys.
absolutely.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Dennis is
I
a great
was-
guy. Amazing bass player.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Really,
Cool.
really
Yeah,
good.
that's
Incredible
excellent.
player.
How many tracks you guys have on the album?
11. We hope.
Is it,
It's either going to be
We
10 or
will.
11.
There's 11 we're working on. Put
so
it that
there's
way.
so there's officially 10. There might be an 11th super hidden secret track.
No, there's officially 11. There might be like 8. And we'll release the other ones like, as singles or something. I don't know. There's a lot of work.
I think it's all going to work out.
It'll all work
I think
out.
it's all going to work out. I think it'll be a surprise.
You
We'll
got
turn
plenty of
around and-
time. It's fine.
Just
don't
turn around
sleep.
and be okay.
That's what's happening, yeah. Not sleeping is definitely what's...
I tell you what, it's
What's
really
going on?
awesome. You guys are very good, and it was, we don't usually have like more than 2 people play, and so we were flapping around, going like, oh no, how are we going to handle this? But it all worked out really great, and the song sounded fantastic, and it's testament to the fact that you don't usually do it like this, but you still pulled it off with complete style and panache, and it was really,
Well, thank
really
you.
cool.
Thank you very much.
And I love
Thank you.
I love the dual singing too. It's like it's the same lyrics. There's not much harmony. It's just the same word. Sounds great.
Yeah.
Thank
Really
you.
broadens
Yeah,
the-
it's like the unison thing. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
kind of a trademark
Of us,
Yeah.
of ours. Little harmonies here and there, but kind of like...
And I didn't realize until we started talking now that your brothers and it makes sense that why you're because I was noticing when you were playing that a lot of your intonation, the way you say words and things, was very similar. And I was like, who's copying who? But probably neither because you're
Yeah, it's
brothers.
just what we-
Yeah,
Just
there
what
was
we do.
for the longest time we were so connected that like when we were teenagers, when we were first starting to play with each other, we wouldn't even need to talk to
Yeah,
each other.
we
It would be
figure it out.
like we'd just mentally just kind of like look at each other
Yeah.
and write a song, or even communicate like doo 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 doo
Yeah,
doo.
weird.
It's really
We still are pretty weird.
We're still pretty weird in that sense that we're still like
My mom and dad said we had our
our own language.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
So
Yeah.
and then when we were first starting out, it was very like Everly Brothers, harmonies.
Yeah.
But that kind of stopped when we started getting more rock and roll.
Yeah, once we
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
the
like
Sex
that you
Pistols came out.
Yeah, it sounds really good. It sounds
Yeah.
really
Thank
good.
you. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. Thank you.
Sometimes I give James a little bit of a hard time for singing just basically exactly the same thing as I'm singing, but I might start encouraging him to do it. Sounds cool.
Very
I like
cool.
the
Thank you.
unison thing.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. Well, the last thing we do is we just talk about the gigs we got coming up, and I guess with you, what's you guys' next gig?
Our next gig will be in Stewart on the
Sunday.
16th, this Sunday at
Yeah.
Riverwalk
Yeah.
at the
So
little
you're-
amphitheater there. They
You're
have.
dealing with Ron there, right? Did he book you, Ron Hart?
I don't know who booked
It
it.
is.
Yeah.
Ron
I
would-
know
yeah,
it is.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it is Ron.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a fun
He
gig. We
booked us
just
too.
we just did that a few weeks
Yeah.
ago. That's
River- that's
that's a
great.
get a good crowd
Great
there. and it's just
sound guy.
fun. Oh, yeah, it sounds
So,
amazing. It was
is the
fun.
two guys together?
Yeah.
Are they brothers or are they
I know
Oh,
they
no.
always hang out.
just
I'd never
really
asked.
nice?
Yeah, it is a
guys.
great place.
Really
It
nice
is a great
guys.
place.
Really
It was
good.
fun. It
Yeah.
was fun. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Over the years, we've done it a few times because Ron's been booking Killbillies for like 8 years, something like that.
200 years.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, he's a good guy. Big up Ron. I don't know if he ever listens to it. Well, maybe I'll tell him he's mentioned it, and then he will listen to it. Yeah. All right. So, and then of course, when you guys came in here, I took the opportunity to book you for Bike Night at Handlebars.
Yeah, which
Yeah,
is
Coming
great.
that's
and
great.
playing that in
That's
November.
Came in here and got a gig.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's do that more often.
The Cravens have a long tradition of playing at biker bars. So
Oh yeah.
Hopefully.
from
Yeah.
Port St. Lucie down to
That's
Fort
right.
Lauderdale. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll
You
do
guys-
it. We'll
you
do
definitely
it.
got the vibe, so I'm really looking forward
Is
to
it
it.
a cool?
Yeah.
I don't know it, but
Oh,
Ron,
yeah.
you know
Yeah,
it,
it's
right?
right off of the main drag there.
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
small place, but it's got a cool vibe to it.
Okay.
So,
okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. And what have we got coming up?
We got a bunch of stuff. We have you are playing solo on Friday night.
Okay, thanks for reminding me.
Where's that?
I can't, I know where it is.
Island
It's
Route?
in Royal Palm Beach. Yeah.
Island Route, yeah. And then Saturday, you and James are doing a duo at Square Grouper.
Yeah. We do that from 3 to 6, and
then
there's one in Jupiter.
Yep, and then we have full band from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. on Saturday night at Average Joe's.
Yeah, Average Joe's, interestingly, is one of the very first places that Killbillies ever played. Back in the day when it was just me and Micah before there was even a bass player, right at the beginning. We used to play there, and they liked us so much they made a radio commercial. It was on the Gator, and they used to promote. Yeah, it was cool.
Oh, cool.
So they gave us a real boost right at the beginning of Killbillies. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Very cool.
Yeah, and
then Sunday you've got your live stream right here at Live Music Community.
Yeah,
that's Ben's solo live stream.
So if anyone's curious to watch me completely terrified playing every single song I've ever written alone on an acoustic guitar, watch on Sunday at 7 p.m. I'll be terrified and with 3 cameras on me.
I love to hear your stuff.
Yeah.
It's live and it's interactive, so you can heckle him if you'd like.
No, I've been practicing like crazy for that because a lot of the songs I've never played on my own. I have played quite a lot of them on my own, but some of them, I always played with the band, so I've been figuring out these finger picking arrangements and stuff. So
Right.
yeah, it'd be cool.
Very cool. Very, very cool.
All right then. Well, thanks for coming.
Well, thanks for having us.
Yeah,
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, can't wait to see you all live, and it's been a pleasure meeting you.
Nice meeting you
Pleasure
also. Yeah, nice meeting you.
Thanks,
good.
guys. Appreciate it.
All right.
All right.
Peace out.
Take it by the scene. It's what we're doing.